making moves. I'm ready to go. I'm making moves. Get up and go.
You've probably heard us use the phrase movement health many times, not only in the MOSSA minutes or the program introductions, but also when we coach the programs. This is because movement health is something that is a high priority to us when creating MOSSA workouts. So exactly what is movement health? Well, there's no true technical description. It is more of a concept or an idea. To shed light on it, let me start with a great phrase that renowned physical therapist Gray Cook has been quoted as using. When I hurt, I'm not healthy, and when I'm healthy, I get hurt. This is descriptive of what the pursuit of movement health represents. He states that when we're in pain in our bodies, we make decisions that serve to remove us from pain. We avoid things. We don't bend down because our back hurts, or we don't squat down because our knees hurt. He describes how we avoid using sound health judgment because we have this constant pain alarm going off. The opposite is also true. When we feel good, we might work too hard and play too hard, maybe enough to overexert ourselves. So really, movement health is striving to live somewhere in the middle of these two physical states. We get better at self-regulating. We do what we need to do to improve our body's function, and we ensure that we're treating it with care. We don't arrive at movement health and just stay there. It's a journey as opposed to a destination. Movement health is something that we should be constantly working on. Being movement healthy is where we feel able-bodied. We're capable of doing what we want with our body when we want. And we do so without pain or restriction. Movement health also means to be both movement competent. Yes, I will do that. And movement confident. Yes, I can do that. Because our bodies are designed for motion, then it is true that movement is the thing that can improve our movement health. The human body was not built for the postures that predominate our culture right now. So in order to function well and to feel good in our bodies, we have to have some daily counter strategies. It should be noted that too often we blame injuries and physical issues on aging or incorrect exercises, when in fact quite often it comes down to not looking after ourselves as well as we should. After all, our bodies are like cars, they're machines, and for any machine to run well, it needs tune-ups. Sure, our body, our machine can probably keep running without tune-ups, but it isn't running optimally. And if you keep running your car into the ground, eventually it isn't going to start, let alone run optimally. The literature shows that we can recondition and fortify the body's ability to move across a wide variety of essential movements. In other words, just because I can't do it today doesn't mean it's forever. I can, in fact, relearn how to do it and strengthen and reclaim that movement for ourselves. This is why MOSSA programs have a tone of expectancy. We want to strongly encourage you to at least give the movements a try. As we say, even one rep is better than none, because that one rep can turn into 2, which can turn into 3. I think you get the picture. Broadly, being movement healthy can also be described as what the body has and maintains the ability to do. The Institute of Motion has identified 6 movement buckets that we should be actively pursuing as a lifelong movement goal. Remember, if you don't use it, then you lose it. These 6 movement patterns are part of our 30-minute program, Move 30, which is designed to help you get back and keep your movement mojo. But they are also always threaded through every MOSSA program. First of all, squatting, or the ability to bend through the ankle, knee and hip to lower our centre of gravity. Every time you sit down in a chair or drop to a toilet seat, you're squatting. It is crucial to maintain the lower body mobility and strength to be able to do this movement for life. Second, lunging, or the ability to take a stride by removing one foot from the ground. Think of hiking or climbing stairs. This is how the lunge plays out in real life. Working on the lunging pattern improves hip mobility, balance, coordination, and leg strength. Third is going from the ground to a standing posture. For short, we call them ground to standing exercises, which enhance our ability to transition from various ground postures, whether you're supine, side lying, prone, kneeling, seated, to standing postures. In other words, it prevents us from ever reaching a state where I've fallen and I can't get up. Fourth is rotating, a very efficient motion that the body uses regularly. It comes into play in sport and life. Most joints in the body have at least some ability to rotate, and as I said before, if you don't use it, that rotary ability, then you lose it, that rotary ability. Think about the actions of putting on your seatbelt or swinging a golf club. Now, the fifth might surprise you, and it is simply walking. Walking, as we all know, is one of the easiest forms of movement to help us reach the recommended amount of physical activity to promote or sustain health benefits. It also is the movement pattern of freedom and independence. Losing the ability to walk with a healthy gait for any length of time really has a negative impact on quality of life. Lastly, we have bending, which occurs every time we have to reach anything lower than the length of our arms. We want to be able to bend with ease and confidence in order to allow us to sustain a function that is required for many activities of daily living. In a society where sedentary lifestyle is on the rise, certain movement abilities become lost or diminished as we age, leading to many issues affecting our quality of life. This is why we program these fundamental movement patterns into all of our MOSSA programs in order to restore and enhance movement function and successfully age. So next time you do a MOSSA workout, pay attention to the deliberate inclusion of these movements. Rather than shy away from them, give them your best effort. We promise you that with commitment to all that the programs have to offer, not only will you be fitter, but you will be moving better and feeling better in no time. Now let's move for our movement health.
I'm making moves.